Hello and welcome to the review for the Excel 2019 test. If you are not taking the test because you either don't qualify or you don't have the technical ability or whatnot, then you can stop here. But if you are planning to take it, then yes, please watch this. So I took the test from home and I want to talk about how that went. I want to talk about what sort of stuff was on my test, help you prepare. So, in addition to all the setup time and everything, you have 50 minutes to actually take your test, okay? If you use up all of your 50 minutes, then it grades you on whatever you have done. I took about 30 minutes, but I've also taken several of these, okay? I use Excel every single day, all the time. So if it takes you that full amount, that's okay. If you don't 100% finish, that's okay. You only have to get like that 70% mark. So I had 6 projects. I had about 6 steps on each. Total, it came out to be 35 steps that I had to do for my projects, okay? And I got a 98%, and it's really annoying to me that I don't know what I got wrong. So I'm going to go through and do this review with everything that was on my test and talk about like how I did it. Obviously, I don't have a copy of the test. I'm not able to show you the actual files, but I kind of recreated some of it, and that's what I'm going to show you. So this PowerPoint, you guys have seen similar ones to this. We did this for Word. For this review, it's broken down by the different learning requirements, which we have 5, and then it's broken down by the different little sections. And anything that you see green here correlates to something down here that I had to do. Okay, so you will see that, and I kind of give you a heads up as to what that's going to look like, as well as I'll go through and demo some of the stuff. If you see things that are crossed off, it is because I have not ever seen it on a test. Is it possible it could be there? Yes, but very unlikely, okay? So I'm going to review everything else, but those crossed out, and there's just a couple of them I'm not going to touch. There are some of these that like I don't have to do much for configure content and collaboration, and then there are other ones where like I did that whole section. I did quite a bit in that section. Okay, so that's how this is going to work, okay? So we're going to start with managing worksheets and workbooks. This was the area that I got something wrong in. Very annoying to me. So first up, on my 5th project, I needed to insert some text or insert some data from a text file. So I'm going to move this over, and I'm going to start with a new fresh one. And if I want to import data from a text file, I have to go to the data and get and transform. And I'm going to get my data from a text file, okay? You also can use the search bar. You have the search bar that's active the entire time you take your test. If yours isn't right up here at the top, it's kind of blended in a little bit, but that's active during your test, okay? So we're going to go and get something from a text file. So I made something really quick to do here. And then it's going to connect, it's got to go find that file, and it's going to pop up here, okay? Now mine is very simple. Mine also automatically put the top information as the header. On my test, it did not. So I needed to press load, and it came in here. And I can't get this to pop up on mine. Oh, here it is. There it is. I don't have 2019 on my computer. At home, I have Office 365. So they're very similar. Like the tests are now, it's one test for both programs, but they look just a tiny bit different. But then I had to click edit, and I had to tell it to use the first row as headers. Okay. I've never done this in real life before, but all it took was just like clicking around to see it. You're not going to break it by clicking on it, okay? But I needed to tell it, yes, use the first row as headers. Oh, I clicked on stuff. Now I use that. Oh, well, that's fine. There we go. Okay, so there is this other one. I've never seen that on a test before, though. Text files, yes, I absolutely have seen that. Search for data within a workbook. Find, and you can tell it what you want to look for. Are you looking within the sheet? Are you looking within the entire workbook for a specific piece of information? Is it looking inside of formulas? Is it only looking for values or the answers that come out? So you can update those. I'm on the home tab here and I just went to find. You can also type in here find and it'll take you right there. Next, navigate to named cells, ranges, or workbook elements. So I'm actually going to close this because I'm all done with that. And I'm going to come over here. So these names are no longer in alphabetical order. I rearranged those. I rearranged the data here because obviously you guys don't need to know how your classmates are doing on submitting their work. But this is the fastest way for me to get a bunch of data. So anyways, in here, on my test, it told me to navigate to a specific named range and delete its contents. So I put in here Connor and it selects all of his stuff. And then I just had to right click and clear contents or delete. Make sure you pay attention to what it's asking you to do. If I delete this, it's going to have me shift everything up. If I clear it, then Megan's name is still going to say down below and it'll just have an empty row. So look and see what it's actually asking you to do. Inserting and removing hyperlinks. You guys have done this so many times. This is nothing new. You can do this multiple ways. You can right click and go down to link and do this. You can also insert something. Where is it? I don't know, I can't see it. But yes, those are also right here. You can get there for the same thing. And to remove it, you can just go back in here and then you tell it to remove it. All right, I am moving on here to format worksheets and workbooks. So modifying page setup is under page layout, and it's just these things. Adjusting the width of the margins, adjusting the orientation, your paper size, those things. I did have to do the next bullet point, which was adjusting row height and column width. It told me to select a particular range and make them a very specific column width. I think it was 12, but I just had to highlight all of those and type it in to get there. Customize header and footers. So you can get here a couple different ways. One way is just popping this guy open and go into headers and footers, custom, and then you can put those pieces in here. Another way you can get there is file and print, and you can get to page setup here. And then finally, another way you can get to header and footers is if you go to page layout view, then you can click right in here and do them this way as well. Okay, but you can do your custom headers and footers that way. Some things that I've seen is putting in page numbers. This, I'll show you what this looks like. So what I just did here is I said page number out of how many pages. I had to put the slash in, otherwise it'll show up as 15. But I have seen things like that. Next I'm on slide 6. So freezing the worksheet rows and columns. Okay, so you guys know, let me go back to normal view, how to freeze the top row, first column very easily. But what happens if you need to freeze the first two? That's when you have to select the third one. And you guys said on the ICANN questionnaire that you guys are good on this one. But you want to set this at whatever you want to start moving or not to be frozen. And in this case now, Logan stays put and starting with Elliot starts moving. Modify basic workbook properties. I didn't have this on my test, but that's that file info and changing these. You guys did that in Word. You've done that in Excel. That's nothing new. Displaying formulas. So there is under formulas, because we're talking about displaying formulas, so we should be in the formula tab. We go to show formulas. Now this doesn't have any formulas. That doesn't make sense. Let's average that. And now if I hit show formula, it shows not the answer, it shows the formula itself. I have seen that on tests. It was not of mine, but I have seen that. And then finally, in this section is configure content for collaboration. So I did have to set a print area. I'm on slide 7 right now. So if I only wanted to print, say through your lessons 5.5, and come over here to page layout, and in that page setup area again, and I can tell it to set the print area. And now it'll continually print that part, like by default. And now it's only 2 pages instead of the 5 pages. It only shows that section because that's what I told it. Saving workbooks in alternative formats. I haven't seen that a ton, but that's as simple as changing this as to what type of file it is. The expert group has to do this a lot, but regular not so much. Configure those print settings. That's just these guys right here. And inspecting the workbook for issues. You guys did this with Word as well, that check for issues, such as checking the accessibility, checking compatibility. I haven't saved it yet, so I can't do that. Again, can't do that one because I haven't saved it either. So that is part 1, the manage workbooks or worksheets and workbooks, and then I'll move on to the next part.